Look at this fence. Just a normal wooden fence, nothing special about it at all. Now look again. That is not decoration. That is food. And the strange part is this. I didn't plant this every year. I didn't keep redoing it. I planted it once, years ago, and it just keeps coming back like it owns the space. I'm not going to pretend I planned this. It evolved over a few seasons of just trying things. But what I ended up with was basically a permanent food wall. Here's what most people don't think about. Traditional gardening uses one dimension, just the ground. But fences, trellises, walls, the side of a shed, all of that is just sitting there doing nothing. That changes today. 9 vines, all of them edible, some perennial, all of them producing more food per square foot than most people get from an entire raised bed. Subscribe if you want more of this. Let's get into it. Number 1, cucamelon. Gets the most "what is that" reaction of anything in my garden. Looks like a tiny watermelon, grape-sized, little striped green things in clusters. Flavor is cucumber with a hint of lime, crisp, refreshing. But here's the part most people miss. Underground, this plant forms a small tuber. Leave it in the ground at the end of the season, and it comes back. I didn't know this for 2 years, replanting from seed every spring like an idiot. I found out because I got lazy and didn't clean out that bed in fall. Spring came, it was already sprouting, way ahead of everything else. Grow it once, let the root overwinter, done. Number 2, tromboncino squash. This is the one that went over Dave's fence. Sorry, Dave. Italian heirloom climbing squash, long, curved, horn-shaped fruit, pale green when young, tan when mature, and it climbs aggressively. 2 reasons it's on this list. 1, the young fruit at 12 inches is incredible, better texture than zucchini, nuttier flavor, way less watery. 2, it's basically immune to squash vine borer. The stem is too long and fibrous for the borer to take the whole plant down. If you've ever watched a squash plant collapse from the inside out mid-summer, you know why that matters. Number 3, Malabar spinach. This one's different. It's not fruit, it's greens. Thick, glossy, deep green leaves, almost waxy looking. And in real summer heat, this thing doesn't slow down at all. Regular spinach bolts in June and it's over. Malabar spinach hits its stride in July and August, exactly when you have nothing else to pick for salads. Slightly slippery when cooked, like okra, not for everyone, but raw in a salad, really good. Mild, slightly earthy. Tender perennial, won't survive hard frost, but it self-seeds so readily I haven't bought seeds in 4 years. Number 4, chayote. Pay attention to this one because chayote is not just a vine, it's a system. Pale green, pear-shaped fruit, mild flavor, works raw, cooked, or pickled. But that's just the surface. Young shoot tips, edible, taste like mild green beans. The underground tuber, edible, starchy like a potato. The mature vines, historically used as animal fodder. 1 plant, 4 food sources. In zones 7 and up, it's fully perennial. Top dies back in winter, root survives, shoots back up in spring. A mature plant in year 2 or 3 can produce 200 fruit in a season. 200, look it up.
Number 5, scarlet runner bean. Criminally underused. Brilliant red-orange flowers. Looks ornamental, but it's a serious food plant. Young pods eat like green beans. Let them mature, huge, rich, earthy, dried beans. Very filling. The roots are perennial in mild climates, and the flowers bring in hummingbirds and pollinators like nothing else I've grown. Food, flowers, pollinators. Climbs 8 feet without thinking about it. Number 6, groundnut. Apios americana. This one's obscure, fair warning. North American native perennial vine. Produces clusters of small, brownish, potato-like tubers underground. The flavor is nuttier and richer than potato, unusually high in protein for a root vegetable. Above ground, it climbs about 6 feet. Small maroon-pink flowers. Not the showiest vine on this list. But the underground production is serious. Here's the history. Groundnut was a staple food for many Native American peoples. When early European settlers were struggling through their first winters, this plant kept them alive. There were actually colonial laws regulating who could harvest it. A perennial, nitrogen-fixing, high-protein food vine, invisible to most modern gardeners. Number 7. Passion fruit. Zone-dependent, I'll be upfront. Zone 8 and above is ideal. The vine is vigorous. It'll cover a fence in one season. And the fruit fresh off the vine is on another level compared to grocery store. Intensely aromatic, sweet tart, almost perfume quality. Here's the thing people don't know. The wrinkled ones that look like they're going bad, those are the ripe ones. Perennial in warm climates, and even if you're in a marginal zone, the flowers alone are worth the space. Number 8. West Indian gherkin, the true perennial cucumber workaround. True transparency. True perennial cucumbers don't exist in most climates, but the West Indian gherkin gets close. Small, spiny, weird-looking little fruit, extremely heat and drought-tolerant, self-seeds so aggressively it practically behaves like a perennial. The other move, deliberately let your best cucumbers go to seed each fall, collect from the strongest plants, replant same spot. After a few generations, you've basically bred a landrace variety adapted to your exact garden. Old-school plant breeding takes time, but it works better than anything from a packet. Number 9. Hardy kiwi. Saving this for last, it's the long-game plant. Actinidia arguta. Not the fuzzy brown kiwi from the store. Small, smooth-skinned, grape-sized. No peeling, just pop 'em in your mouth. Sweeter and more aromatic than regular kiwi. Genuinely one of the best things I've grown. Now, the honest part. 3 to 5 years before fruit. You need a male and female plant. Needs a strong structure, not a flimsy trellis. So it's not a quick win. But a mature, hardy kiwi vine lives 50-plus years, produces for decades. Zone 4 hardy, most of North America can grow this. Once it's going, you're not replanting, not babying it, just harvesting. 9 vines. Some annuals that act like perennials, some true perennials that'll outlast your current garden setup. Fruit, greens, tubers, sometimes all 3 from the same plant. The thing they all share, vertical space, which is the most underused resource in almost every garden I've ever seen. Fences doing nothing, walls doing nothing, a pergola that's just wood and air. All of that is growing space. I'm not saying rip out your raised beds. I'm saying look around your yard and count the vertical surfaces. Pick 2 or 3 from this list, stick them at the base of something, give them something to grab, then watch what happens. The cucamelon will come back from its tuber before you've even thought about planting. The tromboncino will cover your fence by July, and you'll be giving squash away. The hardy kiwi will still be there when your kids have their own gardens. That's the thing about perennial food plants. You're not just growing food, you're building something. If this gave you a few ideas, the next video goes deep on building a full perennial food vine system from scratch. I'll link it right here. Go plant something.